welcome to Isekai Saga Awaken. I know there's a lot of games with the word Isekai in them, so it's confusing, but this is another one of those idle gachas, and you probably want to know, is this just like the rest of those titles? I'm going to give you some quick first impressions, but the short answer is yes, but also slightly no, but mostly yes. Let's get into the combat. Now when we head into the pre-combat screen, you have a 6 hero character setup. You can quick deploy, and that will deploy the best heroes that you have. Usually it's the 6 strongest or the 6 highest levels. You can sort the heroes by elemental type down here. So you've got blue, green, red, and yellow. Now there's an additional way to sort, but it's a little weird because it kind of looks like it's hero type as opposed to hero element, like attacker, tank, multi-attack, but I can't tell, and it doesn't actually tell you for some reason. But regardless, if you use the view all your strongest heroes will always be at the top anyways. Now at the top you can see your team power of both you and the enemy, and below that it'll tell you what kind of array is currently going on for you and the enemy, which is just based on how many of the same elements that you have deployed, and it gives you different stats. So if you use 6 of the same element type, for instance, you get the highest HP and the highest attack bonus. So in this situation, there is military command on my side, 3 officers of the same state. On their side, it looks like there's nothing going on there. So you hit deploy, let the combat roll. I'm going to turn this down to number 1 speed for this purpose. You've got 15 rounds total to knock the enemy out. If you run the clock, then you lose. Now, unfortunately, you can't click on an enemy to see any individual stats about that enemy, but they do show you their element icon next to their health bar at least. And you have 3 battle speeds. I dropped it down to 1. But I think you get 1 and 2 very early on, and then not long after that you get battle speed 3. I have no idea if there's going to be more later on. Because of the level I'm at, I can also skip the battle if I want to down here in the bottom right. Now there's no manual combat with this game, which is really disappointing. Not even to control the special attacks, it's all automated. And to me that's the least fun because I want to be able to do something, but for using little chibi style characters, you get some better animations than a lot of other idle games that are in this exact same category. There's a decent amount of pixels that go on the screen there, so it's better than most of those. Now, in the ending battle screen here, you've got your rewards at the bottom. You do have full stats to show you what happened, and it's split into 3 tabs. You got damage dealt, damage taken, and total healing. You can always choose to do another battle, hit in the next stage, or hit OK. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into another battle real quick. So you've got some decent animation like I was just talking about. You know, it's kind of flashy. They don't really say too much though. All right, I'm gonna do one more battle here, and then I'm gonna speed it up to ×3. So if your character does healing, it'll show you the healing that's done. Anytime someone does damage, it'll tell you at the bottom what that damage was. You can see it above the character too. Now I've got the ability to skip, so I'm gonna go ahead and just skip the rest of the battle, and that's it. And once you have the skip ability, once you're strong enough or you get to the high enough level, you can just basically keep doing that. Just over and over and over. So if they gave you some kind of manual controls here, like at least to be able to turn on and off auto battle, it just would have been so much better. Like I would be able to love at least to be able to do a special attack or like select the character that I want to attack. I want to feel more involved in the game. Yeah, but that's pretty much all there is when it comes to combat in this game. So let's move on to some of the heroes. You can see the artwork and hear some of the voice acting. Now to showcase this better, I turned down the in-game music because it's pretty loud in comparison to the in-game voices, so hopefully this comes out alright.
Join me in the abyssal seas.
Now the little info symbol is actually clickable, and this is going to give you all the stats for your character that you need to get your basic and then all of your special attributes. At the top you've got your hero element type, so if I go over to
Humans are weak
Asclepius,
and
for
strong
example,
at the same time.
she's a mass healing and revive. And then you've got your rarity right below that. She's an S+. Now in this game, 5-star heroes can be S+, which is your top rarity, or they can be S class. 4 stars are A, and 3 stars are B. At the bottom, you've got 3 tabs. You've got your Servant, Star Up, and Attribute. Attribute is what we're in right now. This is where you can level everybody up or rank them up if you need to. Star up is so you can select your duplicates of the same star level. You can select your duplicates or the same star level of the same element type of what you have, so you can go up 1 star. So for example, this is the other options that I have. If I don't have a duplicate of her, these are the other ones that I could possibly use, and I would have to sacrifice one of them in order to be able to level her up. Now there's one more thing at the top here, and that is your hero bond. Everybody has a hero bond, so if you have these two, they can bond together and then you get whatever stat is that they're going to give you. So this is defense 15 when both are deployed. So let's go ahead and jump through a couple of these heroes and we can take a look at some of the artwork.
Fire shall lead me to rebirth.
Praise all love and courage.
National security outweighs all.
Now, in my opinion, I think the artwork and some of the voicing is pretty dang nice. And especially on some of these, they're better than the others.
Blood and fire blaze my path.
Praise all love and courage.
That's a duplicate, I already have her.
Join me in the abyssal sea.
Even gods envy my beauty.
Yeah, so the artwork's, really nice sometimes, you know what I mean?
The great way lives among us all.
Golden armor shall lead us to light.
Now, even the 4 stars
Let the fire.
and the 3 stars are actually pretty good too. I'm gonna go down to a 4 star.
My longbow shall cleave your way.
Let's go over to a 3.
Oh, the weather's fine today.
They didn't even give this guy a name, they just call him Adventurer. But there's a lot of good detail, even on the character here. He might not have like as nice of effects around him and everything because he's a 3 star, but still I think they did a pretty good job. Now let's head over to the gallery, and in the gallery you can still check out other heroes that you don't even own yet.
Only a fine line between life and death.
Death strikes no fear.
I mean, check out this guy, the good Gilgamesh.
My blade strikes in a flash.
So here's the upgrade to the other guy. Instead of Adventurer, he's just Great Adventurer.
Revel in the darkness with no bound.
You got Hades.
No one stops the king.
And King Arthur is a woman in this one.
Even I can be your guardian star. I like playing songs in the moonlight.
Even death can't break me. Think before you act.
My great sword raises storms.
Let the fire burn it all down.
Drink and submit to me.
Wonderland is the best place in the world.
Fire shall.
How is my new dress?
Yeah, so hopefully it gives you a decent overview of like what the characters look like and kind of the things that you can
Fire
actually
shall
do.
lead me to.
Now, you can't actually upgrade their individual armor. There's a specific spot where you actually equip. Yeah, it's under train, equipment, and it's kind of really strange. So it's kind of like just a master place where you add equipment for, I guess, everybody. So you don't do it on an individual scale. So that's just a rundown of the combat and the characters for now. Let's answer that question at the start of the video. Is this idle game the same as the rest? I said yes and no. It's mostly yes because the formula is pretty basic. The combat is so automated you don't get any real control of the fighting. You simply fight, move on to the next one, you keep going until it's time to change chapters. It's a very boring rinse and repeat system, but you have normal things like arena for PvP, friends list, so you can help those other friends out on their camps, you've got guilds, tower battles, like all that stuff. But what makes it a little bit different is the game is very generous with its resource collection, which I didn't really show in this video, but there's stuff to collect everywhere in this thing, and it seems like every time I turn around, there's another half dozen sections I need to collect again. They give you a ton of summon tickets too, just by playing the game and logging in through the regular grind. If I hadn't spent any summon tickets, I think just where I'm at, which is like chapter maybe 11 or 12, I would probably have like 200 summon tickets. And it's pretty easy to get a high enough rarity character in this one. And so that kind of pains me in a way because I feel like it has really good character art and decent voice acting. A lot of games in this category are terrible at both of those things, but in this one they pulled it off pretty well. And unfortunately, even though you have that, you have less interactions in the fights in this game than even like a tap game, and that's a shame. Like, they should have had manual battle control options so you can feel like you're actually doing something. But this is a first impressions video, so we're not going to deep dive into this thing. There are several other things that I've unlocked, and there's still more game modes to unlock. So it's not all bad. I'm just not sure who this kind of game is for. I think they use the sexy character art to draw players in like a lot of these idle gachas do. Now, next time you see an ad for a game like this, pay close attention to what they emphasize, and then go to the actual app Play Store and look at the screenshots for the game. You'll see this a lot. The artwork is the best feature to reel you in enough enough to try it out, and then they hope a certain percent of players will at least stay, and an even smaller percent of players will actually spend money. But that's how this business model is played out, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's all for this one. I might do a full review video in this game, but we'll see. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video. It helps the algorithm out. This has been Blue Screen Attack, and I'll see you in the next game.
Nothing breaks my will.